Brandon Gaudin and Charles Davis with you from our broadcast perch. And, Charles, as we get this thing started, what are you going to be keeping your eye on?
Special teams. Field position is always a big determiner in a ball game. Who sets their offense up for success the best, that team will win the game.
Here's the former Auburn kicker, Daniel Carlson, to get this one started. And we are underway from MetLife Stadium. Fielded about a yard deep. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line.
Lucky 56. Hurry up, here we go.
On first down, Elway. Throw left side, completion to Rice. And they work this well upfield across the 45. A really nice gain of 25 yards.
The goal for any offense versus a zone defense, find the holes where guys are available and put the ball on the receiver before any defender can step up and fill it.
They did it well there. Perfectly executed crossing route. And this will be taken across midfield and into Raider territory. 5 yards on the carry. Good pickup on first down. They'll run it for the first time with Williams. And the reinforcements come in as they're going to stop him behind the line. He lost 4 there, and it's third down.
Early down stuff to put this offense in a precarious position. We know that securing the point of attack, especially against the big-bodied guys in the middle of this D, has got to be priority one.
And this one caught by Delaney Walker. And taking it across midfield and inside the 45. His first catch there, good for 10 yards and a first down. So here's a 1st and 10 now in Raider territory at the 43. They try the left side here with Williams. And very little there. He might have gotten a yard. Yeah, I think he got a yard to the 41.
So we saw him there trying to get it to the outside, trying to get to the perimeter, but not a whole lot of room there. But there's got to be one positive to that. If you keep moving laterally, creases tend to develop as the game moves on, and they can run it back inside later.
Williams. He'll fight forward for a couple down inside the 40.
What an advantage having an elite guy in the middle of the defensive line, because not only does he take up the space and let the linebackers run free, but he can also make plays himself, as we just saw there.
And incomplete. The contact made the ball roam free and brings up 4th down.
The beauty of being able to play a zone defense when you can sit back and see the ball coming out of the quarterback's hands, guess what? Creates a lot of confusion, kind of a muddle in the middle of the field where you can go make a play on the football.
And on their first drive, the offense staying out there. They're going to go for it on 4th.
All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56. All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56. Detroit! Detroit!
They'll try and throw for it with Elway. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Rod Woodson. Certainly not how they envisioned ending their opening drive here in the first quarter.
Too many ones in this play. First quarter, first drive, first interception thrown.
And that last one, that hurts. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. This is Marshawn Lynch, a man who won his lone Super Bowl in this stadium. A good run there on first down, and it'll leave him with a 2nd and 2. The success there, Charles, coming on the outside of the field of the ground game. Curious to see if that continues as we progress.
Yeah, we often talk about a variety in play calling and usually between run and pass. But in this case, with strictly the run game, you can be creative there as well. Run it inside, run it outside, keep the defense off balance.
And he'll be brought down at the 21, just shy of the 20 in the red zone. It's a 7-yard gain there, and it's good enough to move the chains.
Usually we see runs like this as the defense breaks down later in the game, but this guy is setting the tone early, running through all types of tackles and put the defense back on its heels.
First down, the run with Lynch. And now running right through it. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down.
Here we go. Go Chiefs.
Now they'll throw with Carr. This will be caught just inside the 10. And brought down, but not before they get it inside the 10 to the 7. 11 yards there as they connect on the quick slant. He didn't even try to signal for a timeout, so they must have not been aware of the numbers.
I think he lost track of the time left in the play clock and probably was trying to read the defense and trying to figure out which play to run and just lost track, and it cost him.
The delay of game, a costly one, as they're backed up 5 for first and goal. Following the penalty, Lynch. And he'll be brought down right on the edge of the goal line at about the 1-yard line. 12 yards is the pickup there, and that'll make it second and goal.
On any explosive run, you can almost feel the ground shaking, and that's from the offensive linemen creating space for their runners. I had an old coach tell me before, they always told his runners, run around the offensive line in pregame. Get used to the ground shaking so you don't trip and fall when it happens in a game.
They'll run for it with Lynch. No gain on the play, and what to do now on 4th and goal.
Now this feels like old school football because this has turned into a good old-fashioned goal line stand. So on offense, what do you do now? Do you decide to run it or throw it if you go for it on 4th down?
They'll go for it. It's Carr. That is caught by Moss for an Oakland touchdown. Randy Moss from a yard out, and the Raiders are able to cash in for 6. Extra point was hooking, but he does make it through, and it's now a 7-0 game. Carlson now to kick this one away. Here's Landry.
Any return to get you to midfield is a great return. 1 first down, you're almost in field goal position.
And the Giants ready to come out now. And there are parts of their last drive they'd like to emulate. And, of course, they'd like to forget the inning, the interception. But they did put together, Charles, a nice sustained drive to get him down the field.
Yeah, and unfortunately for them, the only thing that matters is part 2, right? Because once they threw the interception and finished off the drive, that does them no good to go back and say, well, you know, we had a good one going. Finish things off. That's the only way you can get it done.
Two minutes to go here in the first half. We're back to East Rutherford, but first this timeout.
Detroit!
Elway now off of play action. Man open, that's Terrell Owens. And he'll get this one down near the 20-yard line, just shy of the 20. He got 29 yards that time.
Makes sense. First catch here in the first half for the 6-time Pro Bowler Terrell Owens. The only player in NFL history to be a first-team All-Pro for 3 different teams. That's absolutely nuts.
11 more yards that go around, a first down as well.
Tremendous blocking by the interior of the offensive line. They didn't just gash him there. They blasted a gaping hole for him to gallop through. I think if he comes back to the huddle, he better be giving them a whole lot of credit and thanking them for that much space to rumble.
First trip to the red zone for the Giants. They've got a 1st and 10 at the 11. They stay on the ground. This time it's Williams. And he will take it on in for a Giant touchdown. Ricky Williams taking it in from 11 yards out. And the Giants are an extra point away from tying up this football game. Extra point by Anderson, up and good. And that is going to tie our game as we approach halftime. So we're right back where we started, all even as the kick's away. Fielded about a yard deep. And a pretty good return here. He'll be stopped just shy of the 25 at the 24-yard line. And now Oakland ready to take the field. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked, but you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know they'll make some adjustments.
They'll start on the ground with Lynch. So he got free of one tackle but couldn't do a whole lot else. Grady Jarrett with the tackle.
Brandon, all things considered, they have to feel pretty good about getting that type of a gain considering the blitz that they just had against them.
Ball on the 30. They'll come up with a 2nd and 5.
You're mine. Monday, down. 185.
On 2nd down, here's Carr. Flush to his right. And incomplete there. A nice hit. Jars the ball free and brings up 3rd down.
You get a tight end like this, and you know he's used to dishing out punishment, but here, he's the one that has to absorb the contact, and as a result, unable to hold on to the football.
From the gun now on 3rd down, Carr. And he finds Cook. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. He's got his first catch here before halftime, and it goes for a 1st down.
A lot of tight ends just use their size and their strength, try to occupy some space and kind of body people away and catch the football. But not this guy. He's a refined route runner. Makes me wonder if he took some dance classes in his background with his footwork.
And he knocks the ball away, and it falls incomplete. Strong safety Landon Collins, the one who got a hand in there, knocked it away. Now Carr, after the incomplete pass, brings him up 2nd and 10. To throw again. Carr escaping the pressure right. And a big loss here as he's taken down. So 2 quarters down, 2 remain. Charles and I return after the break. Welcome back. Halftime over. We are ready. And now, due to apparent time constraints, we fast forward to the beginning of the 2nd half. Set and ready to go for the 2nd half. 1 touchdown apiece, 7-7 our score. The return man is Hill. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here at the 30-yard line. Out comes the Raiders offense. They'll go on offense first to start quarter number 3. They have a chance to break our tie here as we get a look at the first drive of quarter 3.
And it's such a tone setter, isn't it? Because both sides trying to seize momentum to begin the half. What do they have dialed up that'll give them an advantage to move the ball downfield?
Let's find out what they have dialed up. He lost 6 there on the first down play.
Every time I watch LT blow up plays just like that one, I think of one quote. You can run, but you can't hide.
He won a record 3 Defensive Player of the Year awards back in his day. He was also the league MVP in 1986.
One of 2 defensive players who won the MVP award in the NFL. The second one, Alan Page with the Minnesota Vikings, the linchpin of their Purple People Eaters defense.
And he'll get it up to the 33-yard line. 8 yards on the completion, but now they face third down. Throwing his car on third down. He gets it to Brown, complete. And he'll be tackled right on the chalk of the 45. 12 yards there as they keep this drive rolling. It's another first down. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll be brought down at the 50 after a gain of about 5.
I call that play a success. A nice inside run sets up a very manageable second down. A very solid gain on that play.
They'll roll him out right. Now he'll let it go deep right side. So the long attempt falls innocently to the ground, and it brings up third.
Well, that certainly looked like something that they discussed all week in practice getting ready for this one. Take the big shot right out of the gate. At worst, you'll open up the defense a little bit, loosen them up, have them back on their heels.
From midfield, here's Carr. And it's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
Sometimes we wonder about play calls, but this one made perfect sense to me. He's got the only touchdown that they've scored in this game. Tried to get it to him again on another deep ball.
Now on fourth down, we've got a whistle here and a timeout. It's just their first, so 2 remaining as they burn one here in this third quarter. This offense converted once on fourth down earlier. Now they're out there again to try once more. Working from the gun, it's Carr. And this is incomplete. So certainly an interesting call there to go for it. And this defense will take over right at midfield. And he'll have a tough time living that one down. It's one thing, Charles, to drop a pass. It's quite another to drop it on fourth down.
And so many teams work on that in terms of locking in on those key downs. You know, I've seen, you and I have both been to practices where we've seen, hey, third down situation, big third down alert, lock in here. Fourth down play, make sure you're focused just a little bit extra. It didn't pay off in that situation.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. Running game working. They'll stick with it on first down. And tough sledding. You'll get maybe a yard. Stop short of the 35.
Sometimes with the running game, you've just got to stick with it. Look, it's the third quarter, no time to panic. But that also doesn't mean you just do it the same way you've been doing it the entire ballgame. Maybe change up some blocking assignments or run a few different plays, but stay with the overall essence of the running game.
No gain on the play there, so that doesn't help. Now they're looking up at a 3rd and 9 situation.
Patriot! Detroit! Set!
They get it off in 1. Elway. And he couldn't hang on to it through the contact. Incomplete. We saw this a lot in the first half, and it continues. These receivers just not able to get much separation.
So that means they have to win the 50-50 balls. They've got to go up with the defender and find a way to start coming down with them.
And this time, contact and another incomplete pass. And no move to get the offense off the field. Despite failing once, they're going to go again here on fourth down.
Detroit! All right, now, look at 56.
Out of the gun, Elway. Open man, it's Jeremy Shockey. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. A big pickup there, 20 yards as they convert on fourth. They go back to the ground with Williams. And this has been a familiar sight all afternoon as they stop him behind the line. It'll wind up being a loss of 2, and that'll make it 2nd and 12. Now a 10th carry. Here's Williams. He's going to be out of bounds on what's going to wind up being the final play of quarter number. One of the bigger plays in the game thus far. The crowd getting into it as we come up on a big 3rd down. From the gun, it's Elway. Oh, it's a touchdown if he holds on. Instead, it's 4th down.
That's a good job there creating the contact to force the incompletion. And now, since it's 4th down, that should set up a field goal situation.
And a nice sigh of relief defensively to be able to hold them to 3. So the drive here ends with a field goal. It does give them the lead, but this one's still certainly a long ways from over.
It definitely puts a lot of pressure on your defense to hold the lead, right? They're happy to have it and happy to be out there trying to do so. But I know as a former player, in the back of their mind, they're thinking, why don't you score the touchdown and seal this thing?
Now the Oakland offense heading back onto the field to take over. And on that last drive, went for it on 4th, turned it over. But good job by their defense, though. They held them to 3, but this offense, they've got to be a little bit better, a little bit more careful here.
And sometimes when you see these calls on 4th down, when they decide to go for it, it's not necessarily the coach saying, I believe in my offense. Sometimes the coach saying, I believe in my defense. I can afford to go for it here because if we don't get it, I don't think we'll give up more than 3. And that's exactly what happened.
You think that factored in?
I do. I think that he had that in his mind going into the...
And a big loss here as he's taken down. Lawrence Taylor able to get in and bury him well behind the line for a loss of 17. Well, this one from about 2 counties over after the sack. They come up on a 2nd and very long.
734.
Shotgun now for Carr. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
We've seen this quite a few times in this game. Offensive line unable to keep leverage, unable to keep people away, facing a lot of pressure. Fortunate just to get rid of it.
One of the reasons they're down is that inability, though, to stop the pressure. We saw another example of it there. On 3rd and long, it's Carr. And this is going to be incomplete.
We've seen these defenses make enough opportunistic plays to keep this one low scoring. Flying around, making plays on the ball, and we see yet another errant throw as a result.
And how about this? 4th and long, and they're going to go for it. Now Carr, got to have this one. And no, it's incomplete. The Raiders try it on 4th down, but to no avail. And now, boy, the ball's going to go over on downs here inside the 10-yard line. So 1st and goal, 6 points here would go a long way toward wrapping this one up. They'll hand it off now, Williams. And he will take it on in for a giant touchdown. Ricky Williams, his 2nd touchdown of the afternoon. And the Giants are able to grow their lead. Anderson on for the extra point. Extra point by Anderson, up and good. And his guys will take a 10-point lead. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. Now the Raiders offense, they get set to head back on the field. And last time this unit was out here, costly turnover, and then that turned into 6 points. They've got to make amends.
And how many times have we sat in meetings with coaches and they use the term complementary football? Offense take care of the defense, defense take care of the offense. That didn't happen on the last possession. This is a chance for them to pick themselves back up and help their team.
Yeah, we'll see if they can recoup and recover. A good start there on this fourth quarter drive. They need more of what we just saw.
Down a couple of scores. There's still time. All right? It's not like they're totally out of it, but they have to score quickly, and they're going to need some big-time plays, chunk plays, explosive plays. They need yardage on each snap.
The Raiders on third down, 2 for 5 to this point. Here it's 3rd and 2.
7:34.
From the gun, it's Carr. He is going to find Hill here. And he's taken down at the 43, but not before picking up the first. That his first catch so far. They've held him under wraps, but he's got a first down there. Carr now on first down. Buying time to his left. It's complete to Brown, right side. And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. And a nice gain of 21 yards. They go play action here on first down. Out to his left. And the tip there altered the ball flight, and it falls incomplete. It'll be 2nd down. He started out having some troubles back in the first half connecting with his receivers. Really hasn't gotten a whole lot better.
Yeah, he's at less than 50%, and you and I both know that just won't do. So I would think about spreading things out, putting it on the receivers, make them win those one-on-one battles on the perimeter and find their way open.
Now Carr, after the incomplete pass, brings him up 2nd and 10. And that'll set him back 5. And now after the delay of game, they're operating behind the sticks, 2nd and 15. Carr to throw again. Wide open receiver complete. An excellent pickup of 34 yards. Clock management definitely critical here if they want to get back in this game.
Absolutely agreed. They have to up the tempo in this case, down a couple of scores. Want to make sure they have a chance to win this ball game.
Now a chance to make that big play really hurt. It's 1st and goal just outside the 5. Now Carr again. Looking middle, and it's incomplete. Time for a break. We're back to finish this one off after this. They'll try again here from the 7 on 2nd and goal. Carr to throw. And this is caught now for a late touchdown. So hold everything here. This one's not over yet. Okay, game on. Don't go anywhere yet. You got a 1-score game now. Probably going to rely on the onside kick coming up.
Yeah, they have to. It's not a high percentage play, but it's better than not having a chance at all. And that's when you put your leapers and your flyers on one side, get that high hop, and hope that one of the guys can come up with it.
And on the other side, you get that hands team ready.
No doubt about it.
This fielded at the 2. And he'll get it up to about the 26-yard line just across the 25. The Giants offense now gets ready to head back onto the field. And they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline. Because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you score points, it's a whole lot better view than when you're trying to figure out how to fix things there.
And he'll fight forward to about the 27-yard line. Now the Raiders are going to use another timeout here, as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming 2nd down play. So 2nd and 9, and you'd have to figure just about all 11 probably crashing the line here. Again, it's Williams. And room to run as he's up past the 35-yard line. It appears to be a few inches short, so 9 yards on the gain officially, and it'll be third down. So here we go, Charles, third down. Any chance you're throwing?
I don't think so. I think you got to keep the clock rolling here.
And indeed, they will keep it on the ground. And he will have first down yardage as he's brought down at the 41. At 5 yards on the play there as the drive will continue.
I have to chuckle to myself a little bit, Brandon, because right now I could be in that huddle with that offensive line. I know exactly what they're saying. If you call a pass play here, we're going to call a timeout. Run the football. We've got control of this thing. Get in behind us and let's go.
Their time to shine. I guess the simple question, why not just take a knee there?
I don't understand either why you would take any sort of a chance. We've seen it happen in the game of football. Doesn't matter whether you've watched high school, college, or the NFL. Some people get a little greedy, try to get that extra running play in, and it can backfire on them.
The Giants on third down, 2 for 5 to this point. This is 3rd and 7. Williams. And he'll take this one up close to about the 45. Just a yard on the run there, and that's going to bring us to a 4th down. And, Charles, I think when the schedule comes out... Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin, and Charles, kickoff moments away. Quickly, what are you watching in this one?
The offensive line for both teams, because both teams have a terrific pass rush. They've got to keep their passers upright. If they have a chance to do that, they can both thrive on offense and move the ball downfield.
Here's the punter, Sam Martin, now ready to get us started. And here we go. We're underway in Madden Ultimate Team. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line.
All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56.
They'll run with a backup. This is Williams. And he'll fight forward to about the 27-yard line. 2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8.
Well, he was looking for some running room, and there wasn't a whole lot of it there on that play. I think he was lucky to get a couple yards out of it. So those defenders, they were rallying to the football pretty quickly.
And they'll bring him down after just a short pickup. Just a couple on the ground there. That's going to bring up 3rd and about 6. 2 yards on the first down carry, and then followed up by 2 yards on the second down carry.
Well, that's definitely not going to be enough to get the job done. Wasn't the expression 3 yards in a cloud of dust?
The Panther rush too strong. They get there and take him down. Defense went 3-4. They got some push from the inside.
And this is something in a 3-4 you don't normally get, because the nose tackle who got the sack, he's usually responsible or ends up getting double-teamed and sometimes triple-teamed. How about him working his way back and putting the big guy on the ground?
Now it's Elway. Tries for Rice, intercepted. Picked up by Champ Bailey. And the return will stop right around the 25.
Oh, timing is everything on a route like this. He tried to drive that football into a tight spot. And if you're a little early or a little late, chances are there's going to be someone there. And sure enough, this one's going the other way.
On 1st and 10, Murray. Rush coming, and he's taken down.
Okay, partner, a couple points of interest right here, all right? Offensively, we see that they came out throwing the football, but maybe more importantly, the blitz that came defensively, they got right after it.
And you were telling me pregame before we came on air, you think this is something we could see a lot.
Yeah, there's no doubt about it because this is a unit that wants to play the game on their terms.
Jerry Rice open right side. And they move this all the way down to the 9. 23 yards on the play.
Looked like the defense put pretty good pressure on him, but he was able to flush out to his right to try and evade people. On the run, had to get on his horse. Still accurately throws a nice pass.
He's got it for a Panther touchdown. Rob Gronkowski, a 9-yard touchdown grab. And the Panthers are going to take a first quarter lead. Extra point by Carlson, up and good. And that makes the score 7-0. Martin, the punter, now out to kick it away. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. And now out come the Giants. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack them here. It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3. You often say that sort of opens the playbook now, 2nd and short. What do you think, early shot here?
I like where you're going. Obviously, we've been together for a while because you know me. I want to take that shot early and loosen things up.
2 yards on the carry there, and it's going to lead them to 3rd down. They'll try and run for it. Here's Williams. And he'll be limited to a short gain up to about the 34-yard line. Only a yard on the pickup there, and it's going to leave them with a 4th down. They'll indeed go for it with Elway. And he's got Shockey. And he's going to get this deep on the Carolina side of the field. Wow, 1st and goal, and defensively all they can do is shake their heads. Not only did they allow the conversion, but a big play as well. They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. Give him 10 yards on the pickup, and it'll be 2nd and goal.
Now, that was an excellent run. And when you see that happen, that's when you're seeing guys doing their job. And
he is in. Touchdown, Giants. Ricky Williams taking it in. And the Giants are an extra point away from tying up this football game. Extra point by Anderson, up and good. And we are tied at 7. So a tie ball game here as the kick's away. On the return, here's a speedy Jamison Crowder. Here come the Panthers now, set to take over on offense. And that recipe on their last drive that resulted in a touchdown looked pretty good, so they'll be hoping to do that once more.
And it takes me back to when we sat with the offensive coordinator and the head coach. They felt pretty good about their game plan and thought there were some holes in the defense, and they exploited them the last time out. Let's see if they can come back and put together a similar drive.
And we'll see if they can do just that. A gain of 11 to kick off the drive, and it's a quick 1st down. On 1st down, Murray. He's going to air one out. And it drops down incomplete. Thought he might have had it. Instead, 2nd down.
They went with a dime look on defense. 2 extra defensive backs on the field and covered up essentially every blade of grass. That allowed them to disrupt the play.
Throwing again on 2nd and 10. Murray eluding the pressure right. And he is going to go down. They sack him. on the final play of the first quarter. With my good friend Charles Davis, Brandon Gaudin with you. It's the Panthers in possession of the football as we begin quarter number 2. They do, however, have a tough 3rd and long coming up.
Flex round! Flex round!
Off the bootleg. Murray on the move to his left. Now he's going to let it go deep back over the middle. And incomplete. The contact made the ball roam free and brings up 4th down.
You hear the calls for a penalty, but I just don't think so. I think in this situation, the defender was making sure his guy couldn't hold on to the football. So I don't see anything that warranted a flag.
No, I'm with you. There was contact, but I'm happy they kept that flag in the back pocket. They'll try and throw for it here. And they hit him as he throws, as this one's going to go straight down to the turf. Incomplete. Boy, a real head-scratcher there. And the Giants are going to take over in great field position. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. Now a 1st down carry. It's Williams. And he's going to get this inside the 30. 12 yards there as they move the chains.
And that run was what a lot of people call an explosive run. Gave them good yardage, solid yardage. They feel good about the whole thing, and they did it behind a 2 tight end set. It's always interesting to watch what offenses want to do with the 2 tight ends. Sometimes they line them up together to a power set. Sometimes they put one on each side of the line of scrimmage to balance things out. No matter what, though, when you see 2 tight ends on the field, your first thought is to think run. In this case, the offense was able to run successfully.
They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And he is in. Touchdown, New York. Ricky Williams with his 2nd touchdown here in this first half. And the Giants are in for 6. And he's got it. It's now a 14-7 ball game. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. Now onto the field, here come the Panthers. And last time out, went for it on 4th down, turned it over, gave them great field position, turned into 6 points, so they've got to recover here, Charles.
It's amazing what one decision can do in a chain of events, right? The decision to go for it on 4th down.
Caused all of that.
It caused every bit of it, but it showed confidence. Hey, I've got confidence in you guys. Go pick it up for them. Didn't happen. Also showed confidence in the defense. They didn't pick up their end of the bargain, so now they've got to come back out and start over and rebuild that confidence.
Looking to throw on 2nd down. Murray. And boy, that one drops incomplete, but if he was hit a fraction sooner, it may have been a fumble.
The good signal callers would never go back in the huddle and play the blame game because they need those guys to protect him. But on that last one, his offensive line, they lost their leverage very quickly, and that's why they were able to get to him and hit him as he tried to throw the football and force an incompletion.
They'll run it now out of the gun. No gain on the play there. A nice job defensively, and it likely forces a punt situation on 4th.
One of the things I love about this game is there's a match of wits throughout the game. Who's going to get the advantage? Who's going to catch someone off guard? I feel like the offense thought they might catch the defense off balance with that play call, but unfortunately, that didn't work for them.
Let's go! White, 90! White!
They're going for it with the option right. They run. It's Williams. And they're able to get this one across the 35. A gutsy call. Turns out to be a good one, though. 1st down on a pickup of 11. They don't need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. Let's see if they do it anyway.
Let's go!
Throwing on 1st down. Murray. And the giant rush gets home as down he goes. 1:59 to go in the first half. Back with more from Jacksonville. Don't go anywhere. We'll be back after this. Sacks, a growing theme in this first half. This is 2nd and long. Here's Murray. He finds an opening past the 40. And he'll be out of bounds right at the 40. It's a pickup of 12, and that'll set up a third down.
Well, that's what you're looking for when you want to throw the ball downfield. You want one of those guys who can play out on the perimeter, can play out wide, who can not only get open, but when they're covered, can uncover themselves downfield and create catches.
And that is incomplete. Well, they've had a pretty frustrating first half here offensively, and then just continued there with that incompletion.
And definitely frustrating for them, but heartening for the other guys. Those stop troops, they're enjoying things right now because they've made it very difficult for them throughout the half.
No move to get the offense off the field here. They've converted once on this drive. On fourth, they'll go again and try it once more. They're going to try and throw. Flushed out right. He may try and run for this. And he's got a first down as he's up to the 48. And the drive stays in motion with a nice 8-yard pickup on fourth.
Not sure I agreed with the decision to go for it, but I definitely agreed with his decision to run it. He picked up that big first down. I think he let his head coach off the hook.
That's what I was just going to say. If there's anybody more. Under a heavy rush, and down he goes. Ryan Shazier. Coming hard from that linebacker spot. He drops him for a loss of 11. Sacks, a growing theme in this first half. This is second and long.
Let's go!
From the gun, Murray. And his throw here is incomplete.
Partner, I think it's high time to get him some passes that he's comfortable with. Some easy throws, some completions. He's not even hitting the 50% thus far.
Well, certainly that has played a big role into why they are trailing right now. Throwing on third and long. Murray. And he comes back with one complete. And he's going to be out of bounds right at midfield. And they get 13, but it's not nearly enough. And it'll be fourth down. And just a small glimpse there as to why they like this rookie so much.
And that's why they lit up a little bit in our meetings with the coaching staff, didn't they?
When we talked about him, they did.
Yeah, you know, they like his work ethic. You know, this guy's running every route well in the route tree and getting better at it all the time, really honing his game. They expect a pretty good jump out of him as things continue to move on.
And he is out of bounds inside the 35. A defensive breakdown allows a pickup of 16 on fourth down. From the 34 now, here's first and 10.
Flex round! Flex round!
Now a play fake here on first down. Flush to his right. Now he's going to let it go deep right side. And he's got it. Touchdown, Panthers. Jerry Rice, 34 yards. And the Panthers are now an extra point away from tying up this game. And a little time left on the clock, so on the other side, they're thinking, gosh, we'd like to get that lead right back.
Yeah, thanks for pointing that out. Here I am going ahead and tapping out the first half.
Well,
there's still time. They've got to make a decision about what they want to do on the kickoff, whether they want to let their return guy touch it.
Here's Landry. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here at the 30-yard line. And New York set to take the field. And Charles, the way touchdowns have come so fast and furious for both sides in this thing, it's starting to feel a little bit more like maybe a tennis match in a football game.
Yeah, I like your description there. Maybe we're sitting in a nice royal box watching this type of a game. But let's face it, right now, the way it's going back and forth, it's going to come down to who can get a stop.
They start the drive on the ground. It's Williams. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. Now the Giants will use the second of their 3 timeouts as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the first half. They stick to the ground game on first down. It's Williams. And they get him down right near the midfield stripe. 8 yards on the pickup, and now they'll have some options on second and short.
All right, now, lucky 56.
Some runs are blocked so well, you almost forget that someone has to carry the ball to gain the yardage. The leverage by the offensive line to create space up front, really well done.
And he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. He's got his first catch here before halftime, and it goes for a first down.
Back to 89 Philly, here we go.
Now a handoff. Here's Williams. And they're able to get this one past the 30 down to the 25. Another nice gain, 13 yards that time, and another first down. Final play of the half. It's Elway. Going to throw deep for the end zone. Jeremy Shackey as time expires in the first half. And the Giants have broken our tie as they take the lead. You knew time was going to run out, so this had to be in the end zone, and somehow they were able to find a window and get it done.
Very easy.
All right, hang on. We'll jump over halftime. So we come upon halftime here with the visiting Giants out on top. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And the decision to bring it out is going to cost him about 7 yards all told as he's taken down back shy of the 20. Out come the Panthers. They'll have it first on offense in the third quarter. They're close game, but they're going to need to do a little bit better probably here in half two, no?
I would agree with that totally. I would guess that in the locker room, they talked about cleaning up some of the errors. But overall, I think they wanted to be positive with them. Guys, we're right there. Just not playing as well as we need to. Let's pick it up. And we still have a chance to win this game.
Yeah, they do. We'll see if they can pick it up. From up near the 40 now after the big play to start. Here's another 1st and 10. On 1st and 10, Murray. Now he'll let this one go deep right sideline. And that one falls incomplete. Looked like he might have had position there, but he couldn't hold on it at 2nd down.
This defense is continuing to contest every deep ball that is thrown downfield. And, look, it doesn't matter whether you're playing man or zone. Eventually, that becomes man-on-man. And you've got to trust yourself and go up at that moment of truth and make a play on the football.
And that's going to be incomplete.
The effort's always going to be there. Everyone's always going to try and make a catch. But underthrown balls, I think, are the toughest ones to come back and get because usually your momentum's going in the opposite direction when you're trying to stop, break, and come back and get it.
On 3rd down, here's Williams. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. A gain of 13 and also a first down.
They're making it look easy out there. Another first down. So far on this drive, let me do this little bit of math here. 4 plays, 3 first downs.
That's a pretty good recipe for success. Murray now. And his throw's going to be incomplete. 6-time Pro Bowler Randy Moss, the intended receiver. That'll bring up 2nd down.
And that's one he's got to be happy to have back. There wasn't a hole open in the zone.
You'd have to think on early downs like that first down there, need to be a little bit more careful. And he can't get away from the pressure. The Giants get there.
Brandon, I think you understand the type of afternoon this offensive line is having. It is a long one for them. Long for you to spend it with me. Long for them trying to block those guys. They've given up a whole lot of sacks.
And the pressure gets to him again. Ryan Shazier in there to get him his 2nd sack now of the afternoon.
This has been a tough one for this offensive line. It appears almost like they've been on roller skates this entire game, the way they've been pushed around. 6 sacks given up in this one.
They're indeed going for it as they look to throw. And he's got his man on the out route. But they're going to wrap him up as he'll go down well short of a first. A surprising move to go for it, and predictably, at least somewhat predictably, it doesn't pay off, and it'll be a turnover on downs. They've got good starting field position as they come up here 1st and 10. They begin the drive with Williams. Fighting down past the 45. Always got some breathing room. 20, 10, touchdown, Giants. Ricky Williams, 54 yards. And the Giants add on to their lead. And a welcome in, everybody, with Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin, and Charles, so much gets made about offensive comparisons. Here's a matchup where the defenses may just take center stage.
Yeah, we're usually talking about guys scoring touchdowns. How about the guys who prevent them and change the momentum of the game when they take the ball away? I love those ball hawks in the secondary. People after my own heart.
Here's the former Saint and Viking Morton Anderson to get this one started. And we are underway in Southern California. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. And now the Chargers are going to look up here and signal for a timeout. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. First carry now for Ricky Williams. And able to stay on his feet past the 30 to about the 33-yard line. Just what you want on a first down run. Call it 8 yards. And it's 2nd and 2. Here's a 2nd and 2 now from the 33. On 2nd down, Williams. And he'll get it out near the 40 to the 39. It'll go as a gain of 6 that time, and it moves the chains as well.
2nd and 2 is prime time for a little bit of a gamble, isn't it? Open up the playbook, go play action, toss that bad boy deep. But in this situation, go ahead and give it to your back. Let him pick up a first down. Keep the sticks moving.
2 yards on the carry there. It'll be 2nd down. And they'll go on the ground. Trying to bounce it outside, but he's only able to get it back to the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play there, so that doesn't help. Now they're looking up at a 3rd and 9 situation. On 3rd down, Elway. And this is going to be incomplete.
And 3rd down is a key down in any game you play. And 3rd down defense, something we've got to watch in this one. Got to be effective on the passing downs. That's a pretty good first step right there.
Okay, look at this. The punt team nowhere to be found. They're on the sidelines. Offense going to go for this on the opening drive. They'll try and throw for it with Elway. He's got his man on the crossing route. And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. Not often do 4th down conversions result in 23 yards, but that's the case here. First down. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. And they'll try the ground game here with the running back. And that play going absolutely nowhere as he's belted before he could get out of the backfield.
And Brandon, as we continue to see, so much of the influence on this game is now coming from those hybrid-type players. In this case, strong.
And it'll be intercepted. Picked off with great anticipation. And he will take this all the way up past the 40-yard line.
Partner, when you're playing cover 2, this is like a tag team for the safeties. Each of them gets a half-field responsibility. Their job, stay as deep as the deepest receiver in any zone, read the football, and go make a play. In this case, the free safety made the best play, an interception.
On 1st down, Murray. And the giant rush gets home as down he goes. Howie Long. He's the one that got to him. He takes him down for a loss of 9. And they need to work to at least get some of this yardage back after the sack. 2nd and 19. Operating from the gun. Murray. Johnson with a completion over the middle. And he'll get up to the 43-yard line. They get 11 back on that one. It leads to 3rd down.
I don't care who you put on him, he's going to be a handful in one-on-one throws.
Yeah, right now, you're right. They're in man-to-man. Maybe needs some safety help.
I would say that'd be a good idea. Double team him somehow. I'm going to have to make someone else beat me rather than let him shred my defense.
And he's able to take it across midfield before going out of bounds. A good decision in the end to pull it and run, gets him 9 yards and a first. First carry for the 5-time Pro Bowler, LaDainian Tomlinson. A decent run there following the display of quick feet down just inside the 45. 5 yards is the tally on first down. That brings up 2nd and 5. To throw on 2nd down. Murray escaping the pressure right. Now he's going to let it go deep, right side. And this is intercepted, but they'll say out of bounds. Oh, very close to a turnover there in the end zone. He was looking for Antonio Gates that time. And now it's 3rd down. And this should be the final play before the quarter ends. They just do get the play off as he'll look to throw. And he couldn't hang on to it through the contact. Incomplete.
It is tough to complete passes against zone defenses. The windows that you see open, they shrink pretty rapidly. How about being able to hit a moving target against a zone before the next guy can get there and make a play on the ball?
Not easy for any quarterback, no matter the situation. And there, the defense won the battle. Back now to begin the second quarter with Charles Davis. Anderson now to kick this one away. That's fielded in the end zone. Oh, spinning away. And the decision to bring it out, a good one, as he's up a yard or two shy of the 30. Here's the Giant offense now as they get ready to take over here. And in enemy territory last time through the interception. We'll see what they do on this drive.
Can't wait to see how it alters what they decide to do in play calling. Do they continue to throw the ball? Do they want to lean more on the running game? It'll be an interesting sequence of plays that they've got coming up.
Does it often affect the play calling with the interception? How much does that change what you do?
I think it does, depending on why the interception was thrown. Sometimes it's just a matter of the defense made a great play, so you continue to come back. But if it's on you, if the offense just doesn't have the confidence, if they're a little bit shaky, maybe try and take the pressure off and run the ball a little bit.
After the loss to start out, here's 2nd and 11. On 2nd down, Elway. Over the middle, that's caught by Rice. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. First target, first catch, and a first down. So the first catch for Jerry Rice, always fun to talk about. His career stats, Charles, they're so good. He leads in so many categories that we can't even get to them all.
Yeah, what do they say? He combines ridiculous statistical supremacy with crazy longevity. How about this? Most receptions, yards, touchdowns, just to name a few of the accolades along the way.
Throwing middle, but it's incomplete. Jerry Rice, the one he was looking for. And it's 3rd down. Defensively, Charles, they continue to really limit this offense as far as yardage goes.
Yeah, you're exactly right. They've been assignment sound, staying in their lanes, keeping proper leverage, and communicating well, too.
They had the incomplete pass on 2nd down. Now they need a big play here, 3rd and 10. From the shotgun, Elway. He's going to let this one go deep. Trying to get it to Beckham, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Deion Sanders. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
Well, they didn't exactly show patience there, did they? Just down a score, they come out firing right away and compound things by throwing an interception. They put their defense in a really tough spot.
Now Williams. And some room for him there as he'll take this up to about the 15. It's a 6-yard gain on the ground, and that'll make it 2nd and 4.
Let's talk a little football 101 here, because one of the keys to advancing the ball downfield, success on first down. Huge difference, as we know, between 2nd and 4 and 2nd and 8 and 9.
Flex round! Flex round!
Looking to throw on 2nd down. Murray eluding the pressure right. And he takes us beyond the 35 before going out of bounds. A nice gain of 21 yards.
We talk about mobility on quarterbacks all the time. Here's where it really pays off. Able to move, evade, and is accurate throwing on the run and picking up a first down.
Throwing on first down. Murray. And that's complete to the right side. It's Allen. And he's able to get this down deep on the Giants side of the field. 1:59 to go in the first half. We'll come back to Southern California after this. So the big play means just like that, they'll operate from the red zone now on first down. Back to throw. Murray for a right side, going to be complete to Moss. And he's able to work it here to the 8-yard line. 10 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down.
Look, we came into this one focused on Randy Moss, and now he has our full attention with his first grab of the game.
Well, he's one of only 2 players to go a whole season averaging over 100 yards receiving and average a touchdown per game as well. That's a pretty impressive stat.
It really is, especially when you consider that every defense he faced was prepared for him and was kicking coverages in his direction.
A 5-yard gain, and now they're set up 1st and goal. They'll run. It's Tomlinson. And he'll keep working toward that end zone as he's down to about the 2-yard line. It's a gain of a yard, and it'll set up 2nd and goal.
When people talk about versatility, they should go back and look at Ronnie Lott's entire career. At USC, an All-American safety. In the beginning time in his career in the NFL, an All-Pro corner before switching back to safety to finish off a Hall of Fame career.
They get it to him running left. And this will result in him losing yardage back to the 3. That'll be a loss of a yard, and it leads to a 3rd down. 2 straight shots on the ground. Now on 3rd, do you go to the air? And this will be caught in the end zone for a Chargers touchdown. Kellen Winslow from 3 yards out. And the Chargers are going to add on to their lead.
I know this is not an original thought, but there's no doubt in my mind that Kellen Winslow redefined the tight end position. First guy, to me, to really blend those lines between tight end and wide receiver. You had to count for him just like he was split out wide on every play.
Boy, did he do it well. Wherever he was lined up, he raked in 45 touchdowns in his career. Anderson now to kick this one away. That'll be taken in the end zone. And he'll take it back to about the 19-yard line. And New York set to take the field. And the ball backed way up, so thinking with this amount of time on the clock, probably just sit on it, and we'll see these 2 teams go to the lockers.
Yeah, I don't think you want to overthink it in this situation. Either side of the ball. Just go ahead and finish up the half and get on out and talk about it.
On the ground, this is Williams. And he'll be corralled right around the 34. And now before this first down play, we're going to get a timeout here, as the clock will stop with 21 seconds to go here in the first half. Right back to him on first down. And he went nowhere. Well, he went backwards, back to the 33. It's a loss of a yard there, and now 2nd down. They fake the give. Now Elway. He sets to fire deep. And this will be incomplete. 1 second left to go. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down.
All right, now, look at 56.
They'll throw now on the final play. He'll let it go deep for Beckham. It's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
Well, who needs a halftime? Am I right? Let's resume play.
So we reach halftime here in a 10-point game. Fielded about a yard deep. Solid return, pretty good field position. They'll start at the 32-yard line. Out comes the Chargers as they'll go on offense now to start this third quarter. And that last drive, a long drive, but not just that. They had a great air attack going. Do they stick with that?
I would think that they would, because if they were confident enough to do it on the last drive, starting backed up in their own territory, why would you change it?
Into a double team, and it's intercepted. Picked off around the 41. And this return is going to be halted right around the 28-yard line. Johnson was the intended receiver. First possession of the third quarter, an interception, so maybe a second-half tone setter.
Indeed, and not the tone they wanted to set. That's the equivalent of running out the wrong door and running into your pool instead of running out onto the field. A real dub for that.
Has that happened to you before?
No, but I've heard stories about teams actually doing that back in the good old days.
Call it no gain on the play, and it'll be second down. They run it again with Williams. And again, the run defense stout this time. He maybe gets back to the line of scrimmage, but no more.
No. Check. Patriot.
No gain that time, and it leaves him with 3rd and 11 coming up.
Gun.
To throw is Elway. And he's going to be intercepted a third time. Picked off by Casey Hayward. Thought they had something going there to break that goose egg here in the second half, but to no avail.
Hope was alive until that interception. What a terrific play, taking the ball away after it looked like they were starting a drive.
And now that shutout still standing. You know that's something those defensive guys hold a lot of pride on, too. He's got a man, complete. And they finally get him down at the other 46. A big play there for L.A. 44 yards. So the line of scrimmage moves all the way across the 50 now as they come up 1st and 10. On 1st and 10, Murray. And to the right side here, it's Allen. And this will get him all the way inside the Giants' 10. And give him a gain of 37.
There will always be a place for methodically marching the ball downfield. But when you can pick it up in big chunks and strike like that and have explosive plays, that's often the difference in winning and losing. Those types of plays that can knock a defense off balance, that'll drive a team towards a victory.
Now a throw to the end zone on 1st down, but it winds up incomplete. Another shot from the 9 on 2nd and goal. They'll give it to him up the middle. And he maneuvers his way down to the 3-yard line. A nice run there as he picks up 6. It's going to be 3rd and goal now.
Third quarter and you've got the lead. You're not ready to go into that 4-minute offense to close the game out, but a running game can really benefit your team right now.
From the gun on 3rd down, Murray. And this will be caught. It's Johnson for the Charger touchdown. Calvin Johnson from 3 yards out. And the Chargers find a way to stretch their lead. Still plenty of time left in the game, but now starting to pull away a little bit. Get some breathing room with that one.
And I don't want people to think that NFL locker rooms are cookie cutter, that everyone's saying the exact same thing in every situation. But I do know that all 32 teams have an emphasis on starting fast. Game, the second half, no matter what, whether it's first 5 minutes, first 3, whatever, this was a big score to start the second half.
The Giants offense now, they get ready to head back on the field. And with 3 interceptions thrown already, we'll see, do they rely more on the ground game here?
They may have to change things offensively to try and settle things down, not just for the guy throwing the ball, but for the rest of the offensive unit, because his confidence has to be shaken a little bit. And you just wonder, is the backup going to start to warm up a little bit over on the sideline?
A good run there on 1st down, and it'll leave them with a 2nd and 2. They'll run it with Williams. Only 3 there on the pickup, but that's enough to move the chains.
But we always talk about good down and distance, allowing offenses to expand their playbook. Well, 2nd and 2, that means your playbook's wide open. You can run just about anything. But a lot of times, the play caller, he just looks down at his sheet, sees the short yardage runs, and goes to one of those.
A gain of 3, 2nd down. Now they'll throw it with Elway.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down.
Here we go now. Boom, learn it.
Now Elway. Blitz coming, and down he goes.
Looks like another empty possession here, partner, and I don't think with 3 scores down in the 3rd quarter, they can truly afford any more the rest of the way.
No, especially the way their offense is sputtering. I think you're exactly right. They got to find some answers quickly. Elway. That's caught by his tight end, Shockey. And he'll be out of bounds, but able to get it up past the 45. A defensive breakdown allows a pickup of 16 on 4th down. Now Elway on 1st down. And complete to the tight end Walker, right side. And he'll be taken down at the 44-yard line. Give him 9 there on the 1st down completion.
Seeing that play and understand just how tough it is to cover tight ends, especially the ones running around the NFL nowadays, makes me glad I didn't make it in that league. I would have a really difficult time.
But now you get to sit up here with me.
Yeah, and that's fun, isn't it? And what a really nice game right there on 1st down for them. Brings up a nice 2nd down for them.
From the red zone now, Elway on 1st down. And it pops free. The collision there jarred the ball loose and brings up 2nd down.
Anytime a defense can sit back in a zone like that, it tends to create a lot of congestion in the middle of the field. Makes it very hard to slot one in.
Looked like I-4 at rush hour in your hometown of Orlando, Florida. An absolute mess. He will push his way down to about the 14. The Giants on 3rd down. A pretty woeful 0 for 5 thus far. This is 3rd and 8. And on the ground they go with a running back. Oh, and now he bowls him over. So a nice job to break the 1 tackle, but not much daylight after that as he's brought down. Give him a couple on the run as it brings up a 4th down. Here we go. It's Elway on 4th down. The Giants go on 4th, but come up empty. And the Chargers. Happy to be on hand. I'm Brandon Gaudin with Charles Davis. And before we kick, partner, your keys to the game, please.
Well, my keys are on the defensive side of the ball for both teams. And the big one, making sure you avoid giving up the big play. These safeties are going to get tested all game long. Their job, keep the ball in front of them, tackle people, make them run extra plays in order to try and score.
They played 2 of the more memorable Super Bowls in recent history. The Giants and Patriots are underway again. This will be fielded on the back line of the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line.
Watch it now, Barney. Barney. Hurry up. Here we go. Green 39. Green 39.
Throwing now, Elway on first down. And he goes down. It's a Patriot sack. Bobby Wagner in there to drop him, and it'll be a loss of about 8. Gotta imagine the pass rush will be equally intense here on second down following the sack. It's 2nd and 18.
All right, here we go.
They'll run it for the first time with Ricky Williams. And he'll take this up only to about his 18-yard line. And they only get a yard back there. They'll be left with a 3rd down and long.
No. Check. Patriot. Patriot. Hurry up. Here we go. Green 39. Green 39.
Now it's Elway. And this one caught by Delaney Walker. And he'll get it up near the 35, right at the 34 here. They'll wind up with 17 on that one, but they're still a bit short here for 4th.
Boy, they had a lot of real estate to make up there, but what a big-time play for them. Nice completion, excellent gain. Now they're in 4th and manageable.
Just a little short, though, of that marker. Here we go with Williams. And he's able to get the first before he's taken down at the 36. A big roll of the dice on 4th and 1, but it pays off. They convert. The 4th down run successful. Now they look to pay it off on 1st down. Running game working. They'll stick with it on 1st down. And he will lose yardage back to the 34-yard line. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be 2nd down.
Part of the thinking when you bring in extra tight ends, you're hoping that each of your guys gets those one-on-one blocks and creates a crease for your runner. You know what the converse is, though? You've got to win those one-on-one blocks, and when you don't, that's the result you end up with.
And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. The All-Pro Von Miller there on the tackle. So nothing there, but maybe you blame that on the blocking.
Yeah, at some point, you've got to win at the point of attack, and on that play, that was all the defense. They made it happen.
And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. And they'll get 14 yards out of it and a fresh set of downs. 2 first downs have them up near midfield now on 1st and 10. Williams. And he'll take it across the 50 and into New England territory. Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll be 2nd down.
A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent gain.
All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56. Here we go now.
And they'll go with a ground attack here. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. That burst good for 20 and a first down.
And that's a run that'll energize an offensive line. They'll take that one all day long. Fundamental breakdown by the defense. You've got to be able to make plays on the edge.
Now a handoff looking right. And they'll work it inside the 15-yard line before it's all said and done. Another nice gain, 13 yards that time, and another first down. Quite the opening drive march they're on right now.
It looks a lot like what we saw in practice prior to the game, doesn't it? You know, because on that last big practice beforehand, you go through your offensive script, you go through your play calling, you go through all the stuff and establish things, and it looks like it's going like clockwork right now for them.
8 yards on the pickup, and now they'll have some options on 2nd and short. They'll give it to him right up the gut. And he takes it into the end zone for a giant TD. Ricky Williams, a 5-yard touchdown run. And the Giants take it right down and score on the opening drive. Extra point by Anderson, up and good. And it's now a 7-0 game. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And he'll take this one near the 25, call it the 26-yard line.
Detroit! Detroit!
Throwing on first down, it's Jackson. And incomplete to open things up.
Didn't have a receiver open downfield, and as it turned out, couldn't even find his outlet man because of the coverage. It was way too tight, unable to find anyone open.
Once again, they'll come up on the 26-yard line, 2nd and 10. Again on 2nd and 10, it's Jackson. Flushed out right. And that will be incomplete. They couldn't hook up on what's going to be a... Now they face a 3rd and 10 after back-to-back incompletions. From the gun, it's Jackson. Steps away to his left. Now he's going to let it go deep left. And that's caught inside the 30. And all the way down to the 26. A big play there on 3rd down for the Pats. 48 yards. So now then, the big play has them all the way inside the 30 now, 1st and 10. Now Jackson on 1st down. And this is incomplete. Johnson the intended target. And now it's 2nd down.
I don't see more than trying to get him the football out of the backfield. They love what he can do in open space, and they believe that he creates mismatches they can exploit.
Throwing is Jackson. And he can't find anywhere to go with it, and he goes down. Grady Jarrett able to get him for a loss of about 3.
You know, on these types of plays, we're always looking to assess blame. Okay, where did it break down? Sometimes it's just a great play.
Let's go!
Here's Jackson on 3rd and long. Open man, it's Vernon Davis. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. Well, they're piecing together a nice drive to start this one. Seems pretty scripted and pretty successful so far.
And I think they did it without our help. Because you remember when we sat in the production meeting with them to talk about this, and hey, you know, you guys didn't come out of the gate. I know I offered my help with a few plays, and they didn't seem to want it.
Offer mine.
You know, you were the smart one. Whatever they're doing, though, it's working really well. And this is why aggressive defensive coordinators love.
And he is in. Touchdown, New England. Lamar Jackson scoring on the sneak from a yard out. And the Patriots are within an extra point of tying this one up. And this one through the uprights and good. So we're right back where we started, all even as the kick's away. This will be fielded at the 6. Solid return, pretty good field position. They'll start at the 32-yard line. And New York set to take the field. And that last drive, it was all about the ground game, ground and pound.
And I don't care how we're playing the game these days, offensive linemen still want to fire out and smack the guy opposite them and move the football on the ground. They feel better about that. That's what they want to do. That's how they want to play, and that's how they got it done.
The Pats are going to get there. Down he goes. Bobby Wagner in there to pick up his 2nd sack now of the afternoon. Elway to throw on 2nd. Oh, the pressure too great, and he goes down once more. Bobby Wagner able to disrupt yet another pass play. His 3rd sack of the afternoon.
Watch him now, Barney. All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56.
2 minutes to play in a tightly contested first half. We're back to East Rutherford, but first this timeout. Need something from deep in the bag of tricks here after first and second down went backwards. It's third and very long.
Detroit! Detroit! All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56.
Play action. Elway. And he's going to be brought down. Back at his own 6-yard line. Bobby Wagner. Who else? He's in there for his 4th sack of the afternoon. And this is away. It's a high kick, and he got all of it. Taken from just outside the 30. They'll call that a punt of 59 yards. Tough to do better than that. And the Patriots take over. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10.
Gone, gone! Gone, gone! Gone, gone! Gone, gone!
Jackson on 1st down. He's got the hook up to Odell Beckham. The 20, 10, 5, and all the way in. Touchdown, New England. Odell Beckham, 63 yards. And the Patriots are able to strike quickly for 6. And oh, he takes off with it. It's a fake. And he'll be stopped shy of the goal line here. So the lead will remain at 6 points. Now McManus on to kick this one off. This one taken just inside the 10. Solid return, pretty good field position. They'll start at the 32-yard line. And here comes the Giants offense back out onto the field. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means you're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistency, move the ball at least a few times on offense, get a couple of first downs, and hopefully flip the field.
Just something to build off of. That's what they're looking for here. Deion Sanders, the one to bring him down.
What's the old expression, 3 yards in a cloud of dust? In this case, it's dust-covered pellets. It's no longer that old grass that we used to play on, right, and chew it up. Now we've got that artificial surface. You see the pellets go up. Still a nice play by the defense.
Elway will throw. And he locates Walker, complete. And now we won't see a play on 1st down. We're going to get a timeout instead, as the stoppage will come with a little under a minute to go in this first half.
All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56. Gone, gone! Gone, gone!
On 1st, they'll throw with Elway. Rush coming, and he's taken down. Bobby Wagner in there yet again. My goodness, make it 5 sacks for him now in this one game alone. On 2nd down, Elway under pressure again, and down he goes again. Bobby Wagner in there to get him again, and that's his 6th sack of the ball game, one off the NFL record of 7. Now Elway on 3rd and long. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. The 21 yards there as they convert on 3rd. Here's Elway to throw. Under a heavy rush, and down he goes. Now whistles and a timeout with 3 seconds left in the first half. They come up on 2nd and long, and the pass protection just has not been there this afternoon. Final play of the half. It's Elway. He's going to rifle one deep left side. A fight for the football, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Marshawn Lattimore. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. So at halftime, it's the Patriots with the advantage. So here we go for half number 2. The Patriots with the lead, and they will be getting the football. Out comes the New England offense to see what they can do this time. And both of these defenses have been stifling these last few drives offensively. Just not able to get anything going, so what needs to change?
I think a lot of the guys will go back and review, so to speak, because everyone has someone assigned to how did each play work. Okay, what did we use that kind of worked for us during this game? Try and get back to some of those plays, as well as the possibility of showing something you haven't shown already in this game and trying to change things up.
We'll see if they take the advice of Mr. Davis. Here's Jackson to throw. They've got his man complete. And all the way down to the 29. It's a big play there for the Patriots. 46 yards. A nice job there, Charles. They picked up the blitz, were able to complete the pass.
That had the total feel of a quarterback in control. Red blitz, got him into the right protection scheme, so he doesn't get hit back there. He's got a chance to step up with supreme confidence and deliver it downfield for a nice completion.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And just a couple yards there down to the 17. In the first half, he was held in check on the ground, but despite that lack of production, they still have the lead.
Yeah, and they've got to feel fortunate about that. If they could actually get production from their lead horse, that would help open up this offense and widen this margin, too.
They still can't get it. And time finally runs out. He can't get rid of the football, and he's taken down. Howie Long able to get in there and take him down for a loss of 3. On third down, Jackson. And he's going to go down again. Geno Atkins in there to drop him, and back-to-back sacks now bring up 4th and long. And this one is no good. He missed it. And this score will stay right where it is. Well, close game, second half. You obviously hate to leave 3 out on the field.
Especially in a game like this when you know points are hard to come by. That was one of their best opportunities so far, and they come away with nothing.
Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. They'll try to get this running game going with Williams. And he'll be brought down just shy of the 45. Give him 9 on the carry that time, and they're set up with a 2nd and 1.
I know the toss play begins with the guy taking the snap and turning around and tossing it to the runner. But where the real intrigue is, can they seal the edge? Whether it's an offensive tackle or a tight end in the direction they want to run the football. If they do that, that's the result that you get, that type of a gain. If they don't, oftentimes it's not a very...
And he goes down. It's a Patriot sack.
The amount of sacks that they've absorbed in this game is absolutely extraordinary. Let's just face it. This offensive line, flat out, cannot handle this pass rush. It's been demonstrated time and time again.
Detroit! Detroit!
On 2nd down, Elway. And he's got Shockey. And he'll be taken down at the 44-yard line. They get 14 back, but it leads now to a 3rd down.
And when you're playing a quarterback with some experience and some moxie, you enter the danger zone when you decide to blitz him, because if he's able to diagnose as he did on that play, he can hurt you downfield.
He reads defenses so well, doesn't he?
He really does, and the best part about that play for him, I don't think that was his primary target.
I don't think so either.
I think he had the read, figured out where the blitz was coming from, and went to a secondary target for a really nice gain.
They're going on 4th. It's Elway. A hit as he throws, and this is going to be incomplete. The Giants go on 4th, but come up empty. And this defense is going to get the football back near midfield, right at the 48. So good starting field position for him here as they come up 1st and 10. Now Jackson, flush to his right. Now he's going to throw deep right side. He couldn't quite hold it. Got hit. Ball pops out, incomplete.
We've seen good cover skills on display throughout this game, really from both teams. And there's another nice example there of them making it difficult to complete a pass.
To throw is Jackson, and the hit jarred it loose. It's incomplete. So he can't hang on, and as I watch that unfold, I remembered an expression that I've heard, maybe from you, I don't know, but you're going to get hit anyways, might as well hold on to the ball.
Well, you know a coach said that, right?
Yeah.
Not an actual player. No chance at all. Way easier said than done.
On third down, Jackson. And the third down pass falls incomplete.
But plain and simple, that's the second time today that he's dropped a pass.
And that one, I think, maybe even a little easier than the earlier one that he dropped. Surprising.
Was this game announced as a night game prior to it? Maybe his rhythm is just off. He's got thrown off. He's going to have to wake up, enjoy the sunshine, and go play.
Jackson now. He finds Beckham complete. And he takes this one down almost all the way to the 30. A big pickup there, 20 yards as they convert on fourth.
We always hear about guys wanting to make plays that quiet a crowd. Yeah, after that one.
Here in the third quarter, they were hoping to get the stop, get the football back. Not the case.
What a completion on a fourth down play.
Try to get it to Williams, but it's intercepted. Picked off Byron Jones. And he will return this one to the 30-yard line.
I think that interception happened for two reasons. Quarterback gets outside the pocket and panics a little bit, and receiver doesn't make sure he's absolutely in an open spot. So there's a guy lurking, took the ball from him.
Yeah, so don't wave your arms, right, as a receiver if you're not wide open.
Got to know that you're open. Otherwise, just don't do it.
Watch him now, Barney.
After the interception, here's Elway. Blitz coming, and down he goes. Bobby Wagner in there for the 7th time in this one game alone. And that will tie him with the late Derek Thomas for the most sacks in a single NFL game. So that complicates things a bit here. 18 yards to go now on second down. Back now here at MetLife Stadium. It's the Giants with possession of the football but needing points as we start quarter number 4. Gotta imagine the pass rush will be equally intense here on second down following the sack. It's 2nd and 18. Now a pitch out to Williams. And he finds some space past the 25 to the 27. That'll get a little bit back, give him 5 on the run, and they'll be left with a 3rd and 13.
Detroit! All right, now, lucky 56.
From the gun, it's Elway. And incomplete. The contact made the ball roam free and brings up 4th down. We have not seen a whole lot of wide-open receivers. Everything seemingly has been contested.
And that's another nice job there to force an incompletion. They've been very cohesive, knowing each other's moves all game long, and they've been on the spot just about every time.
And they've held them in check on the scoreboard.
All right, now, lucky 56. Over. All right, now, lucky 56.
There we go. It's Elway on 4th down. Escaping the pressure right. And that is incomplete. The Giants go on 4th but come up empty. And the Patriots take over, and they're going to have terrific field position. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll get it down inside the 20 to the 18-yard line. A nice run there, 9 yards, and it'll be second down. Able to stay in bounds, and the clock keeps rolling. And this defense right now backed up in the red zone. Another touchdown, it's over. They've got to stand tall quickly.
Been in this spot before. Now there's a little bit of desperation creeping in. And all you're doing when you're talking to your defensive teammates is, first guy there, hold him up. Second, third guy in, rake at the football. Get it out. We got to create a turnover because one more score, and this game's over.
On 3rd and 1, Jackson. And he's going to lose a yard or two. Taken down behind the line. And now the Giants, they get the officials' attention and take another timeout. That's going to be their second. They'll be left with one more plus the 2-minute warning. And we'll be back. And McManus able to put it through. And now it's a 2-score game at 9, 16-7. A big one there. That gives them a little cushion and makes it a 2-score game.
Yeah, bled a little time off the clock, put some points on the board. It's not totally out of reach yet, but it has to feel pretty good to them right now because as a defender, You go out on the field and say, guess what? You can put some points on the board, but that won't beat us.
This will be taken in at the 1. And he'll take it past the 25 and up to the 28-yard line. And New York set to take the field. And last time, went for it on 4th, didn't get it. We'll see if they can pick themselves up off the mat and do better this go-around.
Sometimes I have this vision of coaches writing notes to themselves before a game. And sometimes that note says, be aggressive, stay aggressive. Maybe that's what we saw in the last possession.
Yeah, they were very aggressive. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. But I believe the Giants got this back, and they will hold on to the possession.
On plays like this where the ball comes free, it's often unusual for the team that lost it to get it back. Because this is the quarterback. The ball gets away from him. Everyone else is trying to execute what they're supposed to do on offense. They're usually looking in the other direction, downfield, or have moved away from him. In this case, though, a teammate is able to come up with the ball.
Now Elway. The Pats are going to get there. Down he goes. Mean Joe Green. Able to drop him for a loss of a couple. Well, there was 2nd long. Now it's 3rd and even longer. They're going in the wrong direction here.
Because they're moving exactly the way they want to, but you're exactly right. Definitely going in the wrong direction for the offensive guys.
Trying to lay one up deep. And he couldn't hang on to it through the contact. Incomplete.
Credit the secondary and credit the defensive game plan. They've been in his hip pocket all game long. They understood coming in that he was a big-time receiver.
All right, they're going to try and keep hope alive here on 4th down. They're going for it. Got to try it here. He's back to throw. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And this is intercepted, and that should do it. Picked off by Marshawn Lattimore.
Brandon Gaudin alongside Charles Davis. Before kickoff, Charles, quickly your keys to the game.
Well, partner, I can give you the standard ones, turnovers, special teams play. But here's one that doesn't get talked about much anymore, and that's time of possession. Whoever controls the football, gives their defense a break, and takes care of business, that's the team that's going to win this ball game.
Set to go now on a beautiful sunny afternoon. And off we go in Madden Ultimate Team. First carry now. This is Williams. Uses the spin. Space to maneuver at the 40. And he takes it all the way up to the 47. That good for 22 and a first down.
I know that play went to the left side, and that's what it was designed to do, an outside handoff there. But how about the whole offensive line being involved? Seal the left side where the play was going, what they call play side. But how about on the back side? Just taking care of business to make sure no one can get there and disrupt it.
Is the biggest key the left tackle?
Without a doubt. Control that edge. Get out there. You want that left tackle. If you bring your tight end over there, either way, control the edge of the line of scrimmage. You got a chance to rumble.
And they'll go ground game here with a tailback. Only a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a third down.
Well, so many times we look at a short run and we praise the offense for trying to set the tempo and establish things, but the defensive guys, hey, they just won the battle there. It wasn't a big run given up. They don't always have to absorb the body blows. Sometimes they dish them out themselves.
Yeah, he's just short. He got 6 of the 7 he needed, so that leaves a decision here on 4th and a yard. Feeling like they're not quite in field goal range yet. They're going to go for it on 4th. And they'll run it here. And he's got the first before he's brought down at the 39-yard line. Well, they deemed it 4-down territory, and they got 4 yards to pick up the first. All runs on this drive so far. It's 1st and 10. Now Elway on 1st down. Pressure comes, and the Steelers take him down.
Now, we talk about players blitzing all the time. I often laugh and sometimes call it just straight-ahead pursuit. What a running start right back to the backfield for him.
Yeah, it really didn't give anybody a chance to get up there and stop him.
No, I mean, that's really, really difficult. You're asking a whole lot anyway, but when he gets that kind of a start and comes through clean, oftentimes the advantage definitely goes to the defensive player.
Now it's Elway. And incomplete there. A nice hit. Jars the ball free and brings up 3rd down.
That would have been a great catch, but real difficult to hold on to it because it was contested all the way. Would have been a great play if he'd been able to haul that one in.
Detroit! Detroit!
To throw is Elway. Man open, that's Terrell Owens. And they'll be inside the 35 now at the 34-yard line. They do get 9, but it leads to 4th down.
In today's football, where receivers break tackles, make people miss, get upfield for the extra yardage, when you see...
Now he'll be wrapped up around the waist and pushed down. Mean Joe Green getting in there from his defensive tackle spot to snow him under for a loss of 4. Big Ben and the Steelers with a 1st and 10 at their own 37. First carry for James Conner. And he'll be stopped right at midfield. Solid way to start the drive. 13 yards, picking up the first.
How best to describe that one? I'd say right down Broadway on that run.
A straight ahead running. I think that might be something we see a lot of between the tackles today.
Well, he's enjoying things so far here this afternoon. Sees a crease and bursts through it for a solid gain.
A gain of 10, good for a Steeler 1st down.
And that's the big fella's MO right there. Running through tackles, keeping the sticks moving forward. This defense, if you don't bring 11 guys to the ball to try and get him on the ground, he's going to keep making runs like that. I feel the press box shaking every time he touches the rock.
Now a first carry for LeGarrette Blount. And this one goes nowhere. Losing yardage on the play back at the 46. That's going to go as a loss of 6, and it'll set him back for 2nd down. Clock running under a minute to go in a scoreless first quarter. Now they'll throw it with Roethlisberger. He's going to loft it deep right sideline. And the hit jarred it loose. It's incomplete. Those passes out that far wide always make you hold your breath a little bit. Felt like it was in the air for a while.
What it does is it allows a defender to gain some ground, come from a long distance, and have a chance to affect the pass.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down.
Blue 30. World.
From the gun, it's Roethlisberger. He's going to float this one deep right side. And this is, oh my goodness, he pulled it in one-handed. And into the end zone. Touchdown, Pittsburgh. Randy Moss, 46 yards. And the Steelers have taken a first quarter lead. Extra point by Anderson, up and good. And that makes the score 7-0. Is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. Here's the Giant offense now making their way back out onto the field. They had a great drive going last time. They were moving the ball, and then all of a sudden it just stalled out. So we'll see what they can do here, Charles.
And it's always easy to second guess when you don't get it on a 4th down try. But they had to like the feeling that they had going on offense. They want to continue to see if they can capture that again on this drive and maybe get in the same position.
Yeah, and that's, I mean, like I said, they were moving the football. It's not like they went 4 and out, so I don't think it's a deal where the offense doesn't have confidence.
No, I agree with you totally on that one. If anything, they may have gained more confidence. Okay, they stopped us once. That's all right. Let's keep moving it. Make them do it again.
Shifts past him at the 45. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. 17 yards on the pickup there. The drive will continue. It's a 1st down.
No, Jack, country.
And they'll go on the ground, fighting his way down to about the 35-yard line.
Lucky 56.
And they'll try the ground game here with the running back. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. It'll go as a loss of a yard, and it'll set up 3rd down.
I know when I was a kid, I always got real excited when I saw those lateral type runs. But the best backs that made it happen, they put a foot in the ground and just go. That didn't happen there. That play got swallowed up.
On third down, it's Williams. Call it no gain there, and it leads to a fourth down. Nice job there defensively to clamp down because really they've been on their heels this drive.
Agreed, and they really needed that one for confidence, just to feel a little bit better. But I don't know if I would be daunted by them stopping me on one run. This drive has gone pretty well. I could come right back at them.
Now, meanwhile, they go for it on fourth down, and my goodness, incomplete. Well, I guess they wanted to get that touchdown right back on their first drive, but failed to do so.
And what they have to be careful of is pushing so hard to stay right there, to stay even with their opponent, that they gas themselves out. You know, it's almost like horse racing. Sometimes you don't want to take your horse right to the...
Got a man, it's caught inside the 10. And he just falls short down at the 1-yard line. You know, when I see passes like that, I'm reminded of something you and I talked about yesterday. Big Ben was a wide receiver the first 3 years of high school, sitting behind the coach's son. And then he finally got that opportunity. I think he's made the most of it.
It's always the coach's son, isn't it? But you know where it helps him? When he looks downfield, he knows what the receivers are going to do. He actually has wide receivers' eyes when he's throwing the ball.
And incomplete there. A nice hit. Jars the ball free and brings up third down.
When you got your backs in the shadow of your goal line, you've got to be physical in that situation because there's not a whole lot of space, not a lot of wild plays that can be run there.
It's put up or shut up time. Defensively, nice job just to make sure they didn't complete it on that play. Back to throw, Newton. And he's in for 6 and a Steeler touchdown. Cam Newton, a 5-yard touchdown run. And the Steelers find a way to stretch their lead. So a quarterback scramble, certainly a pass play, but he saw something, tucked it, and got in the end zone.
A lot of quarterbacks, when they scramble, they're scrambling to create more time to throw the ball downfield. In this situation, as you noted, he tucked it and took off. Great play by him.
Extra point by Anderson, up and good. And that'll make the score 14-0. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. This will be fielded on the back line of the end zone. And the Giants ready to come out now. Already down 2 touchdowns here in the first half. This becomes a pretty important drive, doesn't it?
It certainly does, and a lot of teams script plays. We know that, right? They have a script to start the ball game, and typically those scripts go between 12 and 24, 25 plays. Down 2 touchdowns early, probably not very deep into their script. I think that they'll stay with it. I don't think they'll abandon it just yet and try and generate some offense on this drive.
Anything. At least 3 points. Get that 0 off the board. And complete to the tight end Walker, right side. And he'll be brought down right at the 30 here. That catch good for 5. It's third down.
Well, they're unable to convert that into much, but it's never a bad idea to try to get the ball into a tight end of his caliber's hands.
Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off near the 29, and they will take over at the 29-yard line. How about the big boys snagging one? You don't see that every week.
No, you don't, but a lot of them are just reliving their old dreams, going back to when they were in youth football and in high school. They didn't always play defensive line. Some of them actually handled the football, and you can see the flashback when he grabbed that one.
Now it's the backup Newton. And caught in the end zone. Touchdown, Steelers. As his guys are in for 6, and the Steelers are going to add on to their lead. And that was really just a great battle for that football on both sides. The result is a touchdown.
Ordinarily, I'd like to say it was a win-win, but it really wasn't because the defender, while he was there with excellent coverage, he didn't get the benefit, did he?
But he's not going to get chewed up in film session, will he?
No, he was right there. They'll tell him, okay, of course you need to knock the ball away, but they won't be too upset with it. He did his job for the most part.
Extra point by Anderson, up and good. And it's now 21-0. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. This will be fielded on the back line of the end zone. The Giants offense now gets ready to head back onto the field. And some dangerous territory. You're already down 3 scores. A 3-and-out here, or an inability to put any points up. This one might be over by half.
Yeah, and what you also have to guard against is calling every play for a big shot downfield. You know, thinking you're going to get all these points back on one drive. You're not. And last time I looked, it's still the first half.
Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Ryan Shazier. And his crew will...